Hi there, welcome to the YouTube channel. Today's deck tech is something that isn't LCI based, so if you're looking for lost caverns of excellent deck techs, go look over the last few weeks. I've got enough there. But this is something I built really quickly on stream the other night, and I played it out, and it was just so much fun. Again, it's a deck I think I'm going to have to go back and revisit and tune a little bit more. I haven't looked at anything, I just want to do this. So one of the things I've noticed, and I'm looking at building in standard, is a Lands Matters deck. We have quite a few good creature lands at the moment, especially in white, blue and green. And this got me thinking about Commander. And I wondered how many man lands, or person lands, let's go with person lands, we'll be there, I could fit in. And there's quite a lot of person lands that I didn't realise. And yeah, but I needed a creature to lead it all. So, I think we all know what Child of the Alara does now. Wooburg for a 6/6 avatar with trample, and when it dies, it blows up everything that isn't a land. Now, that actually helps in this deck, because how we want to win our games with this deck is we want to beat down with the person lands. And yeah, it's fun. I'm not going to say I won the games. I've played one game with it so far. I've played one game on stream, one game outside of the stream. I haven't won. I've come second in both of those games. No. Yeah, came second in both the games. The one on stream was a bit different, but I did come second in the one when I was play testing it outside of the stream. And I've really enjoyed it. And I figured it's worth just having a look at it, just as a little bit of break, as something different from LCI. So, going from there, I'll talk about the lands. Now, there are, as you can see, 62 lands in this deck, which is because of all the person lands. I'm going to talk about the normal lands. So, we've got Beautiful Promenade, Command Tower, Cascade, Fabled Passage, Exotic Orchard, all the lands. The tri-lands are here. One of each of the basics, but I've gone with snow-covered ones for a reason that will become clear to you shortly. And everything else is a tri-land or so on and so forth. I'm going to talk about the person land, shortly. We're not going to look at them in the moment. But we'll go through the ramp. So we've got Soul Talisman, Mox Tantalite, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Chromatic Lantern. Chromatic Lantern's kind of good in this deck because you need to make sure you have all your mana available of different colours at all the time to activate your person lands. So that's that side of it, and then it's just the rest of the cards. So we've got Elixir of Immortality, just to shuffle everything back in if it all goes pear-shaped. We've got Amulet of Vigour, which is kind of key in this deck, because we want the person lands to come into play untapped. We actually want all our lands to come into play untapped, and this kind of does that for us. Explores here, because we want to play as many lands as we can each turn. And then 3 visits Nature's Law, goes and fetches us specific forest cards, and where we're playing the things like the triomes, where we can get these things, they're quite useful in my head. Obviously can't get that one, or a Fiend's Tower, but the rest of them, Savvy you can't, Sparrow's Garden you can, and the other ones, Zargoth Triome and Zitaurus, so you get most of them, so it's pretty useful. We have quite a bit of board control in this deck. I'm not going to lie about it. So we've got Cyclonic Rift, we've got Toxic Deluge, I'll go through it now. We've got Day of Judgment, we've got Damnation, Wrath of God, Doomscar, Cleansing Nova, Blood Money, and Blasphemous Act. They're all here. They're all showing up today. We want to keep the board under control, keep it clear of other creatures. Cleansing Nova needs a special mention because it also takes out artifacts and enchantments, but you only need to do this if you're ahead on lands. Do not take out all the artifacts and enchantments. It's purely creature control is what we're worried about. Going from there, we've got Horn of Greed. Yes, it's symmetrical. Yes, everyone gets to draw a card when they play a land, but hopefully we'll be drawing more. Crucible of Worlds lets us take any of our lands that have been killed off from our graveyard back into play. Wayward Salt Oath gives and Rites of Flourishing, and Azusa gives us all extra land drops every turn, along with Oracle of Muldai, which is over here as well. And we want them. A little bit of backup creatures doesn't hurt either. Ruminant Excavator also lets us play the lands that have been killed off from our graveyard. Thalia and the Gitrog Monster. I went with this one because then you don't have to sacrifice a land only when this attacks. And First Strike Death Touch is a really nice blocker, even if it is only 4/4. But, gives you an extra land drop each turn. World Shaper is very good. The game on stream when I played this and attacked with it only milled one land, but I did cycle one of the triomes, so I got two back 'cause it died instantly. The game I didn't play on stream brought me back something in the region of 11 lands that had been blown up, destroyed, or milled away. So one of my opponents was playing a mill deck and they were milling my lands for me. So yeah, played World Shaper. World Shaper died very quickly in the combat next turn, and all those lands came back into play, and that's how I came second, because I managed to knock off the other opponent. One opponent had already been taken out by this stage. I managed to knock off the other one who's on the lowest life, and then I just died on the crackback from the other person who's still on the board. Did I need to do it? No, but I wanted to try and get something there, so it worked. But World Shaper, very good, very key. A bit like Splendid Reclamation. I forgot this card existed, I'm going to be honest. And it wasn't until I was looking for Return All Land cards that this one from Eldritch Moon appeared. Again, a card that doesn't see a lot of play outside of something specifically based around lands. This deck, very key. Damnation, Wrath of God. Perennial Behemoth from the Brothers War set. Got the Unearth ability, played lands from your graveyard. It's a 2/7 blocker, that's why it's here. Lord Windgrace. I have been waiting for this card to come down in value for ages. It's one of the cards I've always wanted to build around. You'll see Lord Windgrace sometime in the future as a pure commander on their own basis. But someone I was playing on stream pointed out that this is now like 0.2, this version of a ticket. I went and picked one up instantly. I didn't even wait. I just went, in the middle of the game. I was doing a trade. It was on stream. It's quite funny. But it's just fantastic. I love Lord Windgrace. It's one of the few commanders in paper, in real life, that I really wish I'd picked up the deck when it came out and I missed it. But hey, I've got him now on MTGO. I'll cope with it. It's great in this deck. Return 2 land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Discard a card, then draw a card. If a land card is discarded this way, draw an additional card. Yep. And then -11, destroy 6 target non-land permanents, get 6 2/2 green cat warrior creature tokens with Forest Walk. +2, -3 is all I'm interested in. If I can get this off at any stage, I'll be a very happy bunny rabbit. Likewise, Renin 7, yeah. Put +1 or the 0 to get all the lands you've got in your hand into play. I'll cope with that. The Mending of Dominaria. What a saga this is. Mill 2, return a creature card. Chances are returning a creature card when we've only got 9 in the deck are remote. I'm going to be honest about it. But if you can keep it going, keep it on play until you get to the level 3 and return all your lands, you're going to be very, very happy. Quarry Beetle is one of the weird ones from Hour of Devastation that actually returns a target land card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It's quite a nice body as well. Ancient Green Warden, 5/7 reach. Whenever you play, you may play lands from your graveyard. If a land entering the battlefield causes a trigger to permanent you control to trigger, the ability triggers additional time. Yep. Okay. Blood Money I've mentioned. And then a couple of fun cards at the end here. Animist Awakening is really good in this deck. Playing this out, getting X to about 3 or 4 means you are going to hit a lot of lands and get them into play. And even if you don't, you're going to go straight through your graveyard. It's even better. The bigger you can make X, the happier you will be with the amount of lands we're playing in this deck, and you will hit your man lads. Hence, that's why Genesis Wave is here as well. Reveal the top X cards in your library, put all those permanents into play. Now, we do have a lot of spells where we have Day of Judgment, Wrath of God, Toxic Deluge, etc., etc. So we are taking a gamble with it. But, yeah, X gets big. X means lots of things appear and play, and I'm very happy. Now, that's the basics of the deck. I think it's worth just going through all the man lands. You'll know most of them. I'm not going to hover over them too long because they've been around for a while. So, Blink Moth Nexus gives us the lovely artifact flyer. Cavern of the Frost Dragon becomes a dragon. Cavernous Maw, which you may not know because it is from the new Lost Caverns of Ixalan set. You pay 2, it becomes a 3/3 elemental creature. It's still a cave land. Activate only if a number of other caves you control plus number of caves your graveyard is 3 or greater. I have realised that this card needs to come out because we're not playing any other caves. And yeah, I've boo-booed with this. I recognised it last night. I thought I changed it before I started recording the video, so I haven't, and I'm an idiot. So what I'm going to do live here in the video, take this out, put the brokers in, because that goes and gets us a forest. So there we go, quick change. Celestial Colonnade, a traditional one from World Awakes here for the 4/4 elemental creature with flying and vigilance. Creeping Tar Pit can't be blocked. Dread Sanctuary is also here. 4 mana, becomes a 4/2 golem artifact creature until the end of turn, still a land. Faceless Haven is also here. This is why we're playing the Snowlands. Yes, it may be a bit of a stretch to hit it all 3, but yeah, it gives people something else to worry about, and you'll get there eventually. Fairy Conclave becomes a fairy creature. Field of the Dead, I've mentioned. It's not really a creature land, but it produces zombies. Yeah, okay, you're making a lot of zombies, it's fine. Forbidden Watchtower, 1/5 white land soldier creature. Gitu Encampment, 2/1 with first strike. Hissing Quagmire, Death Touch, 2/2. When we pay the mana to activate it. Lava Claw Reachers, 2/2 red and black elemental that gets the whole X and X fire breathing, for want of a better phrase. 3 mana to activate. Lumbering Falls gives us 4 mana to activate, but it's a 3/3 with hexproof. Mishra's Factory becomes an artifact assembly worker. The Foundry becomes an assembly worker, and you can tap it to give target assembly worker gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. So that's quite a little combo there. Nice. Mobilized District, 4 mana, becomes a 3/3 citizen with vigilance. It's still a land. It costs 1 less for each legendary creature and planeswalker you control. So you could get it down to 1 mana because you'll have Azusa, Ren and 7, and Lord Windgrace, and maybe Thalia in play. So it could be 0, but we'll see. Natenku Monastery, insect monk creature with first strike if we've got Threshold, which is 7 or more cards in our graveyard. Needle Spires is a 2/1 with double strike for 2 red, white, and 2. Raging Ravine, whenever this creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. It's still a land, so this gets big quickly. Restless Anchorage, one of the new ones from Lost Canvas of Ixalan. It's a bird. When it attacks, we get a map token. Can help. Restless Bivouac, 1 red and 1 for a 2/2 land. It becomes, when it attacks, you may put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. There's a lot of lands with +1/+1 counters on it. Just find it funny. Restless Cottage, attacks, create a food token, exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. Wild's Veil Drain comes in now. Restless Fortress is the 1/4 from Wild's Veil Drain that when it attacks, everyone loses. Defending player loses 2, we gain 2. Restless Prairie, when it attacks for green, white, and 2, becomes a 3/3 llama. Listen to llamas. What? Yeah, okay. But when it attacks, other creatures we control get +1/+1, so that's quite cool. Restless Reef is a shark with Death Touch, and when it attacks, target player mills 4 cards. Quite nice if you're sitting there, you can target yourself, and it's a nice way of getting a whole lands into play if you're sitting there on World Shaper or Splendid Reclamation. Excuse me. Moving down there, Restless Ridgeline, a 3/4 dinosaur creature, and when it attacks, another target attacking creature gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. Untap that creature. Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. Restless Spire, 2/1 red elemental. As long as it's your turn, it's first strike, and when it attacks, you get to scry. Restless Vents is a 2/3 black red insect creature with menace. It's still a land. When it attacks, you may discard and draw. Shambling Vent, 2/3 for white, black, and 1. That gives you a lifelink elemental when it attacks. Restless Vinestalk, whenever it attacks, up to 1 other target creature has base power and toughness 3/3 until the end of the turn. So it does make some of your lands a little bit smaller better. Spawning Pool becomes a skeleton with regenerate, so it gives you a permanent blocker. Stalking Stones is a traditional one, had to go all the way back for this one. 6 mana, becomes a 3/3 artifact creature that's still a land. This effect lasts indefinitely. This is one of the few lands that stays as a creature once you've converted it, so it is susceptible to Wrath of God, be warned. Stirring Woodland, 3/4 green white one with reach. Treetop Village, 3/3 with trample. And Wandering Fumarole, 1/4 elemental blue-red creature that you can pay 0 and switches power and toughness. So if it's not blocked, you're going to hit someone for 4. So yeah, pretty good. But that's it. That's the land deck. It's a lot of fun to play. It probably does need a bit more work on it. Like I say, I only built it on stream over the last week. I haven't had much chance to refine it, go through things. I think I'm in a sweet spot with it at the moment. It may be that some of the lands, Faceless Haven could come out and be replaced by something else that goes on this side. But at the moment, it's just too much fun not to do it. So that's it. That's kind of my land deck. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a bit different from all the Lost Caverns of Ixalan stuff. I really hope you've hit the subscribe button. Help me out. I'm sitting on 278 as I record this. I'm desperately hoping I get to 500 by the end of the year, but I think it's a bit of a pipe dream now, unless something amazing happens in the next, where are we now? 41 days before the end of the year? Who knows? Might happen. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this. And like I say, Child of Alara is just here, a little bit more board control, and that's all we're playing it at when we get them into play. But that's it. Thank you for watching the video. Hit the subscribe button. If you want to see me play this on stream, there's a link down below to my Twitch. Come and give me a follow over there. 203 of you over there come and watch me sometimes. Usually end up with about 14, 15 viewers, so it's quite nice having a chat with people. So feel free to come and join the stream. And I'll play anyone who comes and joins us. Hit me a follow over there. You get access to the Discord as well. So that's all good fun and games. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video when I'll go back to looking at something from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Take care. See you soon. Bye.